What's going on, everybody? Robbie here, and today we're taking a look at LEGO The Batman Movie set number 70901, Mr. Freeze Ice Attack. This set has 201 pieces and retails for right around $20 US. So, you get 3 minifigs in this set, which is kind of nice for a set of this size and price point. You do get Batman, of course, always Batman. You get a generic security guard, and you get Mr. Freeze. Now, I'm not sure exactly what Mr. Freeze is based off of. He looks somewhat like the Freeze from Batman and Robin. Very slightly like the Freeze from the animated series, but overall, it's just kind of a generic Mr. Freeze. You can see he has like an ice mech going on here, and of course comes with a nice block of ice to hold minifigures in. Batman does come with a new piece, the utility belt here. And flipping onto the back, you can see you also get a nice little chunk of the, I believe this is the Gotham Waterworks, which you can also collect other sets. I think all of the smaller sets from the Batman movie wave have chunks of the Waterworks involved, or included rather, so that you can kind of make your own larger set with those. But yeah, basically it's a mech it's a mech set, so you got that going on. And this is actually a nice little swing open thing, so that's a cool little feature. And you know, you got a stud shooter, and that's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this guy open right now and check out what's actually inside. So inside the set, we've got one instruction booklet here, one relatively small sticker sheet, you know, and then 2 numbered bags. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that the bags are even numbered. Looks like this one just straight up builds the mech, and then this guy builds the Waterworks portion of the set. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys put together, and we're going to check it out in just a moment. Alright guys, here we have Mr. Freeze Ice Attack, and the first thing we're going to do, as always, is take a look at the minifigures in this set. And let's go ahead and start with the most generic of them. Oh, you thought I was going to do security guard? No, it's Batman. Sorry, but despite the new pieces, we've seen so many Batman figures at this point, it's really hard to get too excited about it, but be that as it may, we're just going to put his weapons down for the moment, with the exception of the Batarang, because you guys have seen this before, right? Yeah, so you get the Batarang piece. You get 2 in the set, you get 1 official, and then of course an extra, which is always nice. And we of course get a Batman minifigure. You also get a duplicate of the belt, which is actually pretty handy. And if you collect most of the LEGO Batman sets, you'll have enough belts to give to your old Batman figures too, which will be kind of a nice thing. So here is Batman, and you can see he's got his game face on, I guess kind of a smirk face going on here. But let's show off really quickly the belt piece. And there it is, you can see it goes around to the back as well. And just overall looks really nice. It's a nice addition to the Batman minifigure, and adds a little, just tiny squinchy bit to his height, which is nice because Batman's a tall guy. And overall, I do like the design of the chest and everything. It makes a really nice, like classic kind of movie 1989 Batman. Anyway, take off the cowl, and you can see we've got Bruce Wayne's face wearing a really dumb headband with some white eyebrows on it. Looks like he just got home from like Santa Claus practice or something. I don't know. It's kind of silly looking. I really don't understand why they don't just do, you know, the Batman head on the other side or something like that, and just, you know, stick to one expression, I guess, because you can put different expressions in different sets. You don't need to have 2 expressions on one head. You could just do that, because it makes it pretty much unusable as just a standard minifig head, or even a Bruce Wayne head, just because the eyebrows are not fooling anybody. But anyway, on the other side you can see he's got some really angry eyes, and they are near impossible to actually see. I don't know if it's just the printing or what on my copy of this figure, but his eyes are very, very hard to see. And you can put the mask on, and the darkness of the mask helps to bring out the lightness of the eyes a little bit, but as you can see, they're barely visible. But anyway, so those are your two options, and that is your Batman. Moving on, we do get a generic security guard in this set. He's got a little fireman gear on here. And you can see some nice printing on his torso. And on his back, I think it's just, just the belt along the back of his body there. We could pop off the headgear. And see that he also has a double-sided head. Very standard face. And a very standard weapon as well. Gun and binocs. And flip that around, and he's got a super scared face going on. And that's really all there is to that guy. And we'll put this back on, and we'll let him be scared for a moment, and set him off to the side. Last but not least, I guess, we get Mr. Freeze. So here he is, Mr. Freeze. And honestly, I'm a little bit meh about his overall design. I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. It just doesn't really do anything. There's nothing super special about it. It's just very generic looking. So you could pop off the little bulb there, whatever you want to call it. And he does not have a double-sided face. It's just the one expression. But he does have some nice printing on his torso, so we're going to pop off this bit and the armor bit as well. And his head just went rolling right by me here. That's okay, we can just pop it right there for now. So let's take off the armor and take a look. Here is the back of his torso, and I don't understand why this is not focusing. Come on, man. There we go. So there's the back of his torso. We can flip it right around. You can see he's actually got some really nice design work and nice printing on the front. Although it looks like kind of a newer version of Captain Cold more than a Mr. Freeze. If I'm being honest, just with the dark blue and the white kind of fur or icy, you know, kind of like fur that looks like ice or ice that looks like fur, one of those things. But anyway, it's a very kind of generic Mr. Freeze, and I think I prefer the original Mr. Freeze minifigure that we had from many decades ago, whatever. I think I prefer that one. But anyway, those are your minifigs. Now, onto the set itself. You do get a little fire blasting bit for Batman here. And it's cool. You get a little fire piece. You get some nice colored studs and things like that. So you got that going on. You can set fire to Mr. Freeze or melt the ice. You do get this nice ice block piece, which does open up. You can pop your poor security guard in there. And, well, maybe just get the blaster out. And there you go. So now this guy is frozen in ice with that scared expression, and just set him off to the side. And I guess we'll take a look at the chunk of equipment in the background. So you do get, like I said, a chunk of equipment. This is part of the waterworks, I guess. It's got looks like water pressure here. I don't know if this is Gotham Electric, but GE might be a little too close to an actual thing. You got some readouts here and things like that, and that's really it. One little lever you can mess with, and then this just swings back and forth, presumably to hook this up to other parts of the same bit, which come in the other sets. You can see this has a little pin on this side, so you can kind of keep it going along to really extend out the factory here. And I mean, that's neat. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's got a little spinning valve here. So that's cool. And that's pretty much it for that. Very easy. You do get these nice new I guess they're calling them elbow or macaroni pieces. You get a bunch of these, so that's really cool. And in the red, which is really, really nice and would be really good for your personal builds if you're into that sort of thing, building, you know, ships and things like that. So that's a really cool touch. I do like the addition of these pipes. And now the mech itself, which, you know, Mr. Freeze uses to attack Gotham City. Presumably, I don't know what I'm talking about. So on the back here, you can see you got some very nice blue, and that's really the strong point of the set. All this nice blue, and you can open this up, and you can see there's a little control panel here. You can grab Mr. Freeze, make sure his arms are up for controlling the panel. Plug him right in, and then just plug that. Well, you don't really plug that, but you just sit it against his back, and this kind of goes over and just sits on his shoulders here. And you can see more nice blue pieces. And he's got some articulation. He uses mixel joints for the joints of the robot. And, you know, his elbows are rather, I guess, stunted. His forearms in general. You can twist those around, twist that around, and I guess break that off if you want to. So his articulation is a bit limited, but, you know, you've got a little bit going on there. And he does have a nice big ice cannon, which he can, you know, you can take this out of his hand and you can hold it in minifig mode, I guess, but that becomes a problem because this thing is, you know, much heavier than a minifigure. You do have a stud shooter up top here, and you have waist swivel going on, as well as a you know, the articulation in the hips and the knees with some nice boots as well. So you've got all that in this set, and honestly, I mean, it's not bad. The biggest complaint I have is that this is, it really feels, when all put together, like a $15 set. This does not feel like a $20 set, which is the asking price. And right now, if you go to Toys R Us, you're probably talking like $25 to $30. So definitely, if you do go to Toys R Us, you want to pick this set up, definitely make them price match that to Target or Walmart or whatever, one of those other places, because they are gouging right now for the holidays. So don't pay full price at TRU. But other than that, it's okay. You know, we get a ton of Batman minifigures, especially if you buy other Batman movie sets. You're gonna have a pile of Batman minifigures. The ice thing is cool, the generic security guard is cool, the little backdrop is okay, and the mech is okay. And so for a $20 set, it doesn't quite feel like the value is there. But for a $15 set, this would totally be totally fine. Recommend. But yeah, I just want to see a little bit more bang for my buck out of something like this. But, you know, to each their own. It's not overall bad. I just don't think the minifigure selection or the build itself is really, really pulling that $20 price point. But again, that's just me. So that is my review on Mr. Freeze Ice Attack. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I will have more Lego Batman movie sets coming real soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.